Hello, friends. I'm Megan Grebner, NAFB Foundation President. We're so excited to feature our Internship Grant Award winners again this year. In 2022, we offered 15 internship grants valued at $3,000 each. Your contributions and donations to the NAFB Foundation help fund those internship grants, the scholarships we offer, and ultimately helps us secure a future for farm broadcasting. If you haven't donated to the Foundation Booster Club yet, it isn't too late. You can do so by scanning the QR code in this video or by stopping by and making a donation in person. And don't forget to check out the silent auction and the live auction Thursday evening. Thank you for your continued support, and I hope you enjoy learning more about this year's interns. Have a great NAFB convention, and I'll see you this week.
As an intern, my responsibilities have been pretty varied. I've been, writing spots, cutting spots, writing articles, covering different events around the state, creating a radio program, and creating a media kit have been some of the big things. I grew up in production ag in Fairfield, Montana, and really, have a lot of experience and knowledge there and love that. But I'm hoping to go into ag long term, and so I kind of want to be a well-rounded agriculturist before I land somewhere, and so I wanted to see a different sector of the ag industry before I graduated, so landed here this summer. I love creating content for the radio, whether that's an ad or conducting an interview that's going to air. It's really rewarding to hear that after the fact, hear that on the radio and know that many other people are hearing that and learning from that. But it's also a challenging aspect because it causes you to think in a different way. Okay, what is valuable here? Where do I need to slow down? What needs to be communicated? So it's a different way of thinking, and I enjoy that aspect of it. I grew up, of course, listening to ag radio, thinking it was valuable, but having been at the network, I just understand the value so much more. It's so valuable to farmers because it's widespread. Radio has a wide reach. It's free. It's in every house and vehicle and shop in Montana. And I think the most important thing is that producers can continue doing their job while they're listening to the radio. So not only can they be informed about ag weather or markets, ag news, but they can also continue doing their job and feeding the world. And I think that's super valuable.
Hi, I'm Laura Repker, and I'm currently interning this summer for the Ohio AgNet as a farm broadcaster.
In high school, I worked at WTGR radio station, who's an affiliate of the Ohio AgNet. In this job, I broadcasted 2 stories daily with the grain markets. This allowed me to find my passion for simply sharing and promoting the story of the agricultural industry. Through working at WTGR, it opened the door for me to be an intern at the Ohio AgNet. The scope of my internship is afternoon broadcasting 3 days a week and editing a podcast weekly. I record 7 shows for the Ohio AgNet that range from 1 minute to 6 minutes in length. I first started by learning by training, while spending time with the lead broadcasters at the Ohio AgNet. This allowed me to learn the process of how to properly use Adobe Audition and learn to read the markets properly. I spent time learning by shadowing through spending time watching the lead broadcaster in action at roadshow events. I was able to learn how to ask guests meaningful questions during the interview process. During my internship, I was able to grow by simply putting my experiences to the test. I spent time problem-solving issues that arose during my broadcast and facing any challenges head-on. Learning how to articulate the markets was another moment where I was able to grow as a better broadcaster. Broadcasting relevant, informative stories was very critical as listeners want to know the latest news that is happening in the agricultural sector. Lastly, I learned how to piece all these parts together to make a cohesive and meaningful broadcast for the listeners. During my time, I also learned how to take various forms of audio and mesh them together to create and produce a weekly podcast. The podcast would feature different guests who each brought a different perspective from the agricultural industry. I'm very thankful for the National Association of Farm Broadcasters and the Ohio AgNet for this internship, as it has brought me several new avenues of opportunities and experiences, like becoming a National Association of Farm Broadcaster member.
My name is Michelle Stangler. I grew up on a small dairy farm in southern Wisconsin, and now I'm double majoring at the University of Wisconsin River Falls in agricultural marketing, communications, and journalism, where I hope to continue to share the positive stories of agriculture, whether that's broadcasting, communications, or marketing-related efforts. Because of NAFB programs like National FFA Convention, helping with the newsroom, and going from these internship grants, I don't think I would be here today without those grants and sponsorship from the NAFB Foundation. Big thing of why students should go into broadcasting is it's a community of agriculture, and you see so much. It's not just like here in Wisconsin, it's not just dairy. We have so many commodities, and that's seeing those stories and pursuing those stories and publishing it for hopefully people beyond agriculture to see what we're all doing that's positive, sharing that light to it, which I think is just so interesting. And I really like the flexibility of this job, as well as going to many events. Hearing different people's stories is just what motivates me, and it's so rewarding, and that's what makes me feel to stay involved in this industry. So we'll see kind of where life takes me, but really recommend those students who are go-getters and wanting to get that story and love connecting with people. This is a career that's just fun and exciting. I foresee myself being a lifetime member of NAFB because of these opportunities, because of connecting with Tom Brandt and everyone who has been so supportive.
This internship has been an amazing opportunity for me. I think I've learned so much that'll help me in my future career. One of the biggest things I've learned is probably interview skills. That's something that's really going to help me, because what I really want to do in the future is be able to do interviews for rodeos and like the big companies like Cowboy Channel, RFD TV. And so without this experience and practice of being able to interview and learning how to play off of their answers and how to ask questions based on that has really helped me. And now I know kind of like what to expect and what to do, and it'll impress more and look better on my resume. I've also really learned how much social media can impact others. Growing up with social media, I kind of always knew that it impacted people, but you don't really realize that until you're getting actual news out and seeing people's reactions to that, especially in the agricultural world. I think it's really important to get that news out, and it's just really amazing to be able to see the impact that I'm having on people by getting them this news.
My name is Cassidy Zirkle, Global Ag Network intern. Some of my main responsibilities include editing and scheduling guests for the Ag News Daily podcast, as well as analyzing download numbers for all of our podcasts, and running all of the social media for Global Ag Network and Ag News Daily. I've grown my skills in adaptability, problem solving, digital software, independence, time management, communication, and more in this position. I am so thankful to NAFB and GAIN for this opportunity, especially Delaney Howell, who has mentored me and helped me grow so much, not only as a person, but also as an individual in the workforce.
Hey everybody, it's Casey Shepard at the Radio Oklahoma Ag Network. We're coming to you with exciting news because we have actually got an intern this year, Cheyenne Leach, at Oklahoma State University, going into her junior year this year, majoring in.
So I majored in agricultural communications, dualed with animal science. So I'm really focusing on more digital media, which will really help after this internship. So when I was young, I started and was really involved in swine production, which led into my FFA career, which I more went towards leadership and public speaking.
So if you guys see her around, make sure you're good to her and give her a warm welcome. Miss Cheyenne is our intern this year, and we're just glad to have you. Welcome aboard.
I am Carla Nichols, and I started my internship with the Nebraska Rural Radio Association May 23rd, 2022. This association owns and operates 14 radio stations that share agricultural news, weather updates, and general information with Greater Nebraska. Throughout this internship, I was given the opportunity to learn different roles within the radio organization, whether it was from being inside the office doing interviews, editing videos, creating and recording news segments, voicing commercials, or being outside filming. This internship has taught me several things about myself I didn't realize existed, and has helped me form a better understanding of the radio industry. During my time with the Nebraska Rural Radio Association, I have gained knowledge and experience in using different types of software such as Adobe Audition and Adobe Premiere. With this experience, I have learned the difference between live recordings and pre-recordings, as well as understanding how to run cameras, cables, and microphones. Throughout this opportunity, I have shared important factors that impact Nebraska's agriculture industry and spoke with industry experts about their thoughts on specific topics.
Caitlin Turek. She shares what projects she does at the county fair. This internship helped me discover a future career within the radio industry. This experience has shown me different skills and interests that were not yet discovered, such as being able to talk on the radio, perform interviews, and edit videos. This opportunity has also built my interest in broadcasting that will in turn help me with my future endeavors at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I am majoring in agricultural and environmental science communications. Thank you to NAFB Foundation for this opportunity.